Hello, amigas, and welcome to Amiga Handle Your Shit podcast. Uh, it took some time for me to get back on this mic, and this time we are still going to continue the conversation of AI, and the reason is because it has been a complete game changer for me. And while it's missing the human element, like I said before, the human element in traveling, that is. But in terms of strategies, in terms of systems, in terms of operations, I feel like my human employees get to also have AI employees. So let me tell you a little bit about that. And I'm going to show you a little, so you'll be able to see it on YouTube. But amigas, um, I went on a quest, and I think I mentioned it a while back on getting to the nitty-gritty of what AI is all about because there's so many things and so many classes and so many workshops. And what was missing in everything was looking at the back end of the operations. And what I have come to find out is that that is super important for me to know and to learn. And as always, amigas, I'm always trying to show you the possibilities and the possibility with taking this course. Now, um, I wholeheartedly believe in this. I stepped in a while back so that I can learn exactly what I have now. And so it's exciting for me because they're doing it again. And I don't gatekeep whatever knowledge I have. I certainly don't want you to be a late adopter. I talk about it all the time that we as a community, as Latinos, Latinas, we tend to be late in the game at certain things. And AI is one of them that I don't want you to be late in the game. And so I wanted to show you rather than just giving you high level information on a PDF or a what's it called a presentation, online presentation. Why don't I just show you what it has helped me with in terms of the inside of my work system. And so many of you who are going to be on the road right now are not going to be able to visually see it. So I encourage you to go to Amiga Handle Your Shit on my YouTube channel so you can see this live on your screen and what it has built me. I'm going to try to make it as what is it? Not rudimentary, but just make it like fifth grade level because that's exactly what I tell my bot fifth grade level, teach me. And it's important to do that. So before I start showing you the back end of this, I'm going to tell you that I have zero knowledge on data analytics, I coding. My whole business was in such disarray that I just didn't know what to do. And I now have a business brain that operates 24/7. Literally, it operates 24/7. And so all I have to do is just wake up in the morning and hit a button. And I have a triage, I have a podcast pitch, I have a podcast emails already sent to my drafts. It knows me so well that it does everything for me. And which is neat. And then it's also like, well, what am I going to do now? I'm not fretting on that one because there's plenty of us humans that we can do to occupy our time and to get more exposure, right? For instance, when in the morning, when I open up my laptop, I start to evaluate what is going to happen. And so the first thing it says, like, gives me the rundown of what's been happening. And so it says, "Hi, Jacqueline," or "Hi, Jackie." I'll show you. And it tells me, well, while you were asleep, this is what happened. It's pretty incredible. Rather than scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on Instagram and scrolling on LinkedIn and scrolling on Facebook, and for those of you who love TikTok, the same thing. I don't do that. I do that less, put it that way. So, just to begin with, the main reason, obviously, was to compound my time, accelerate my growth, and pitch my brand through different areas and modalities. That was mainly what I was intending. And what ended up happening was far more than I could expect. I thought, oh my God. So as I was going through this course, there was homework, and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to finish my homework while maintaining my business? And I felt a little bit behind, especially when I went traveling. But the good thing is that I can come back and jump in and go back in and relearn the process and learn, um, go back and see, like, oh, I missed this detail. Anyhow, so I learned a lot of things, and I'm going to see if I could share my screen so that you can see what I have been learning. And and I know that while I have all these things here, obviously I'm on my podcast right now, but I hope you can see this. So this is my Claude home base. And every morning I get a daily morning brief, and it says one quick hello with the bank. And so it gives me a rundown, like an automatic rundown of what I'm going to do for the day, and the steps that I need to take for every hour that I have on my calendar. So it gives me a morning brief. But that didn't happen just automatically. Obviously, the work is behind the details. In order for this to happen, first I had to change my mindset and let it go. Instead of getting my phone and looking and seeing, oh my God, I got to get in touch with so and so, I got to do this, da 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 da. I decided I'm going to build and schedule a task. Now, there are so many things that people are going to tell you. They're going to tell you about certain programs, yada, yada, yada. Okay. One thing that I have learned is that when I invested in Claude, I invested not only in the pro Claude, but I also invested in the team Claude. That's because I want my team to also know what I'm doing. Obviously, except for the financial part. They don't have anything to do with that because obviously there are things that you got to keep to yourself. And that's the money part. Because if you're a boss, you don't want your employees to see, like, oh, she's making so much money. Not that I'm embarrassed or not that I'm like hyping. It's mainly out of security because they don't need to know all that. But they do need to know what I'm going to be doing during the day. And they need to also know what next steps they need to do. So this is what I learned. I come up in morning brief. It says one quick hello with the bank. That's what I got to do today. And I have a couple of other meetings that I'm going to be doing today as well. But like I said, this does not happen in a vacuum. These are the details that you have to feed your Claude. So the first thing that you do is you actually subscribe and purchase what program you want. In my case, I subscribe to Claude. I have my Claude Pro and I have my Claude team, and they work together. Now, there's the browser kind and then there's the desktop. All right. when you take the program, you'll understand the inner workings of all that and why one is for one and why the other is for the other. And do they communicate, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, they do communicate. And at one point, you couldn't communicate, but Claude is forever changing, and you want to get with a company that will show you the most current value. And that's the company that I invested in, and for which I'm going to put the link in my show notes to show you how you can get involved. Like they're going to be doing boot camps. Some of them are going to be free. Some of them are going to be a cut like $47, I believe, where they show you just like maybe like high level stuff. And then there's going to be the 97 VIP, which obviously Amiga, I mean 197, correction. That's at least at bare minimum. That's where you want to be because it's going to give you some super builder prompts that will help at least put some oil in the engine, just a little bit. Anyhow, so like I was saying, here in my workspace, I have what is called projects and I have what is called artifacts and what gets scheduled and what is customized. And those are details that you will learn through this program that I just went through. So, one of the things, like I said, is like my daily brief. I want to know what my day consists of because I'm tired of going and scrolling and doing all those things. Now, another thing that I like to do is I like to go through because I'm a podcaster, I need to find out what's the status on certain things. And so I have already scheduled what is called the weekly podcast guest pipeline. And so as you can see, I have some certain guests that are coming in, and it's also trying to pitch other guests. I also have what is called the weekly podcast content atomizer, which is a cool skill that you will learn. Well, it's an atomizer you'll learn as a skill if you take this course. So anyhow, I just wanted to give you like briefly a little bit of what I've been doing. So I also have like what is called the warm lead CEO, and that will compress my time as well. I have an inbox triage where I get to find out what exactly is the information that is needed from me and my weekly Instagram intel, which will give me exactly what I need to post. And I just ship it out to my VA so that they can do it. And it is so seamless. But all of this takes time, amigas. It all takes time. Obviously, I'm building my business brain. Every day I get to feed information into my Claude and it shows me exactly what I want. Now, some of you are going to be like, I'm not a podcaster. I'm not this. Doesn't matter. This is helpful for every industry. I could tell you right now, it is helpful for any industry because every industry has a pain and a problem that needs to be solved. Now, even for attorneys, we have clients' pains, clients' problems that need to be solved. Obviously, you still keep your attorney brain. I'm not losing my attorney brain, but wouldn't it be cool if I could feed an AI employee with my brain so that I don't have to do it anymore? I'm just saying. So what it takes is what your human brain has and it pours it into what an AI employee can do for you. So it's compressing time for me. It is really doing all the things that I really believe are super important. But it does take money, yes, and it does take time. But if you're really busy and you have the mindset of like, I know that I need to put in money, just like you train an employee, you have to make the time to invest in your employee. Same thing with this. You have to take the time and invest in teaching it the bells and whistles. Now, I believe in this company, whole full stop. And it's been this program A2A has been a game changer for me. And I believe that it will be a game changer for you. So make sure you put your information, sign up, get on the waiting list, and just explore. It doesn't cost money. You have everything to win, everything, nothing to lose, everything to gain. So just go there, make shit happen, amigas, and tell me if it's been helping you. Like I said, they have different levels. Some of it will be free, but you're gonna be like, oh, it's just a little taste. But then there's gonna be options to do a VIP and or even the platinum, which is new. And it will give you some scripts and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's just an I I actually did it. I did the free, the VIP, and then I actually went through the entire series. And after I did the VIP, I was like, what's next? And I got to sign up. So, amigas, I will put the link in the show notes. Make sure you sign up for this A2A. And it's a game changer. I tell you, and I'll be doing more information on this. And you're going to see that I'm going to be more visible and I'm going to have many more podcast interviews with epic, exhilarating individuals in the space of business and faith and in all areas. So if you're saying this is not for me because I'm in real estate, amigas, a ton of realtors were on this, and if you on this program, and oh my God, just look at the testimonials. You'll understand what I'm saying. But I'm just yes, I'm pitching it because guess what? It is something that I'm so grateful that I invested my money in, and I know that this will be helpful for you. So, amigas, go to the show notes and get on the waiting list and start getting involved with it. Start learning more because this company shows you everything behind the scenes. It's not a PDF only. It shows you everything. And guess what? You get to keep it at the end. I'm so excited. You are building your company every step of the way. And they have people like, oh my God, you join a Slack channel. And I'm like, oh my God, this question, this person was thinking the same thing I was. The answer, oh my God. Okay, rather than just tooting their horns, tooting my horn, because I get to now learn what the big leagues are doing because I had no idea. I had no idea. Now I get to scrape information and do it lawfully, obviously. And and now I'm just rocket launching. That's what's going on here. So, amigas, don't fret, don't stay idle. Go at least check it out. Seriously. Seriously. You all can afford at least $47, if not 97, $197. At least. I tell you, I tell you, I wouldn't be saying this if it weren't true, but it is. So go ahead and do it. The link is in my is you can find the link also on my on LinkedIn, Jackie underscore Tapia dot one, and then here on the podcast in the show notes. Have an amazing day, amigas. And like I said, I guess this is a pitch. It is a pitch. It's a pitch for you guys to not lose out. Don't be a late adopter. Please, please, please do yourself a service. Do yourself a favor. Do not be the late adopter. So, like always, love you always and in always. Hasta la próxima, amigas.